Hello, how you doing?
We're doing very well. Thank you very much.
Yeah, very good, thank you. Very good.
So you are the Desert Plaza. Would you like to introduce yourself and tell me a little bit about the band?
Sure, you go on, Jack.
We're from London. We are an alternative rock band. We have three songs out at the minute. We're dropping our EP early next year, and we've got some shows coming up, basically.
Fantastic. So the debut EP, is that the To Hell With Love?
Yes,
Is
yes.
that out yet or is it just to be dropped?
It'll be dropped early 26. So
Oh, I
we've got
can't
a few more.
wait.
Oh, thanks. We've got a few more singles to release off it. So, but yeah. So
Yeah, because the newest single is The Story, right?
that's right. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. My buzzy, I'm not feeling very well. I've got a cold, that's why I've got my hat on and it's
Oh,
very cold
oh
in my
bless
house.
you.
I'm too tight to put the heating on.
I think everybody's like that these days, aren't they? I think
I think
everybody's
so. I
like that.
think it's being Scottish as well. You know the Scottish stereotype of being stingy, so I'm just living up to that.
Makes
So
sense.
tell me about how you got started. Tell me about the band and how you got started.
Well, we've came from excuse me, I'm getting over a cold as well. We came from various different projects over the years, to be honest. So basically, what happened was me and Luke, who's the bassist, um, and we had a different drummer at the time as well. And we were just writing a lot of music after some of our bands had ended. So we were writing some music, and I put up an advert basically, or a post on, I think it was Instagram or Facebook, seeing if there was any singers around. And Luca found it somehow, and then we spent 2 years basically writing the music, really. And we spent 2 years writing the music, which is what's coming out now. And we just put a lot of love into it, really. And from there, recorded. We've done some shows, and the reception's been really positive for a small band like us, you know.
The songs are great. The ones I've played on the rock show have been absolutely amazing. I really
Thank you,
enjoyed.
Kim.
I really love doing this. I do it for the love of getting free music, I think, rather than any kind of payment. So it's
Sounds like
love
us.
of music. So you've had a couple of songs out then.
Three
One,
three songs at the moment.
three songs at the moment. That's great. And the EP's out in January-ish.
Yeah,
January,
early.
February, we don't have
Yeah.
a
Let's
release
just
date
say the
yet.
start of the year to keep it all
Yeah.
so nobody gets disappointed when I say January and January comes and no EP falls.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's early 2026, I would say.
Early 2026. So how has your experience been of gigging and stuff? Have you had good receptions?
Yeah, I
Yeah, I
would
think
say so far it was good. We played three gigs at the moment, I think, like mainly in London. Our first one was at the Amersham Arms in southeast London. And like we started with a warm-up gig there just to see how it feels to be on stage all together. After we spent, as Jack said, a couple of years in the rehearsals, and yeah, we just have friends and family there the first time, and another couple of bands. We booked two more shows now that we have coming up at the Spiritual Bar in Camden Town and at the Sunflower Lounge in Birmingham. And we're just very much looking forward. We are headlining both, and those are going to be, let's say, our first breakthrough, let's say, in London and Birmingham.
Fantastic. So what's the plans for the band after these gigs? Well, I mean, the Spiritual Record gig must have been a couple of days ago because we're past the 28th. So what's after the Sunflower Lounge in Birmingham?
the spiritual is November 28th.
Oh, I've written it down as no, it is November the 28th. We're still in October, Kim.
Um, so we've got them two gigs. The EP's coming out obviously early next year. We've got a lot of songs that either didn't make the EP because we just didn't work on them. We just picked a few to work on. So it will be a lot of writing, I would imagine. Get back in the studio, and then also we want to play some more gigs. Really, it's the reception's always been really great. You know, you start playing to there's an empty room, and then all of a sudden your second song in, it's full. We had that a few times, which I hope that says something, you know.
I think so.
Birmingham, yeah, I think Birmingham will sell out. We've done it. It's a small venue anyway, so it's about 120 cap, and we've nearly half filled it already on advanced sales. Um,
That's
so
fantastic.
I would imagine it will be a really good it'll be a good gig. It'll be really fun.
What is the big dreams? Take over the world?
I'll let
Well,
Luca answer.
yeah, I would say like one step at a time at the moment. We really believe, I guess, we really believe that our music is worth listening, and we believe in this project. And I guess like all of us is we're kind of experienced as well in the music industry with previous projects. We all done our parts playing like as well in small arenas and supporting slots in the past. And so the idea it will be mainly to just like join in the alt rock British scene at the moment, and then see where it goes and how the music gets received by the crowds. Ideally, it would be great to just like land a couple of opening slots for just like slightly bigger bands and just like propose our music to their clientele, if that makes sense. So, in order to just like gather a larger audience.
Yeah, that sounds great. So, if you had the ultimate place to play, where would it be? What's your dream venue?
To me personally, it will be. I'm Italian myself, as is maybe like my name gives
Yes.
away. And there's a beautiful Roman amphitheater in Sicily, in the city of Taormina, and it's
Mm.
just literally on top of a cliff, and you see the seasides literally like just across the cliff. And to me, honestly, that would be an absolute dream to play. The last artist that played there that I really personally like was Paolo Nutini, which I guess you might be.
Right.
Yeah, and he just played like a beautiful, intimate gigs there. To me, honestly, that would be my dream in my homeland, at least. I would say like 2 nights ago, I went to see the Amazons, the rock band from England, I would say, at the Roundhouse in Camden Town. And I would say that one in England, honestly, that would be a little bit of my dream, to be honest.
I'm
What about
exactly the
yourself,
same,
Jack?
actually. I'm exactly the same. I've not been to that part of Italy, so I'm not talking about that venue. But the Roundhouse, one, I've always really wanted to go there and see what it's like. I've never been. And two, to play there would be incredible. It's such a cool venue. So that would be that would be a real goal to get towards. If we can play that, I'd be very, very happy. But ultimately, I think with this band, um, we've put so much love into the music, and we feel like it's really good, and we're really proud of what we've done, to be quite honest. And I think I just hope, and it's great to see the numbers building, that people enjoy it as much as we've enjoyed writing it, and I hope it
Mm.
resonates with people. I hope they enjoy it and they get something out of the music, and as long as they do, we'll keep continuing to write. And you know, we're a band that's come from like zero anything really. We're completely brand new, and it's been really enjoyable, and you get a real buzz watching people come on board and the feedback and watching the numbers grow. So we're not a huge band by any means at all, and there's a lot of work to be done still because we're still in our early stages. It's a real buzz to see people enjoying it, basically, and I think to have an audience of like-minded individuals that love our music, that's the ultimate goal, really. And then if we can make a living from it, amazing.
So do you have other jobs that you do to kind of fund this? Because music and creative industries, well, certainly what I'm doing isn't paying at the moment. So how do you survive?
Well, I'll let Luca go first because he's got the coolest job out of me and him. So,
Yeah, personally, like living in London requires obviously, yeah, I just need to make money somewhere. So
Yes.
like I own a vintage shop in Brick Lane,
Oh,
the Shoreditch, London. I sell
wow.
like leather jackets, coats, I mean, depending obviously on the season. So I do that, and I just play gigs as well, more on the function side, so mainly bluesy gigs around the capital. That's basically my main source of income. Ideally, obviously, as Jack said before as well, the band, well, we're pushing towards like making like a living through this project, which is the Desert Plaza for sure. But at the moment is we're just early on. I guess like any band in the world, like we wouldn't start making money straight away in the first year. Is a matter of investment and trying to get some return from it. And that's just like the industry, but I guess any industry as well, honestly.
Yes. What about yourself, Jack?
Well, I teach guitar for a living because I can't do anything else.
You teach guitar for a living. See, that's very cool.
Yeah, yeah. So that's what I do. That pays my bills. I'm not good at anything else, so it just made sense to do that for a job. So I've done that for about probably coming up to 10 years now. So yeah, that's what I do. So I'm still in music. I'm always playing, you know.
Hmm. See, that's great to have to be able to have your day job and your evening job coincide. Must be amazing because it keeps it all together.
Yeah, it keeps you on your toes for sure. It keeps you. Well, I say that I was about to say it keeps you sharp, but we'll soon see when we get into rehearsals in a couple of weeks if I can remember the songs. Uh, we'll see then, won't we? Um,
Has it been a while since you've done rehearsals or?
yeah, a little while, because basically we rehearsed to for the pre-production of the record basically. So, and we've started recording the EP at the end of last year, and then it went through until the start of this year, or probably till about I can't remember when Luca last laid his vocals. It might have been March. Um, so it kind of that's where it stopped. So we had all that period of playing together, and then there's always that quietness of waiting for it to be mixed and mastered, and that whole process. And then the real work comes of where you've got to promote the thing, um, and organise your plans together, and then shows. So we've got a good few rehearsals lined up, which will be great. I think we've had a couple this year anyway. And then
Hmm.
it'll be great. It'll be great to be playing again. It'll be great to be playing again. And
Hmm.
there's a real it's I'm not saying this because I'm in the band at all, but it's a powerful band because everybody's on it.
It definitely is. I get lots of music from all over the place. And the lady that usually sends me music, usually sends me bigger bands. So when your band came through, you have the big band sound already with just being a small band. So I think you'll go lots of places. What are you doing to kind of to build momentum?
Well,
I guess we
we have had.
just, yeah.
Sorry, Luca, you go on. You go on.
No, we're just like I think like we just it's a constant work, even though we're at this early stages, as we said, like it's a daily work where we're all involved and we just keep things in the loop from the advertisement to writing new songs individually and then pass it on and just like working maybe remotely as well in the rehearsal room then together. Get in touch with bigger bands or producers and live agents and booking agents as well. So I guess like we try to just like keep our hands in all the pies and try to build momentum that way without kind of like never just don't leave anything on the sides. It's a seller from the advertisement of things to the writing of new songs as well, and keeping in touch in the industry and try to make contents with people just to get our name heard outside. And I think like the main thing will be just like a couple of breakthrough. That's what we need in the sense of like probably like a opening slots for slightly bigger bands, just so we can prove ourselves on a bigger stage with the bands that probably is already touring and has already a fan base, and see how we stand beside them.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
So what kind of bands, bigger bands have been an influence in your writing and your performing?
I'd say a whole host of bands really. Nothing but these. Um, we like a lot of more modern stuff really. So nothing but thieves, Sam Fender, Catfish and the Bottlemen. A big one's the Killers, which which people can hear. So it's all within that circle really. They're just bands that we love, and always
Hmm.
have done. I think what was really nice in the early stages of the band was that we obviously we recorded all this music, and we hadn't played it to anybody, in the demo stages, and we thought they were good songs, but you don't really know until you start playing um,
Right.
songs to people. And anyway, so we there's a family friend who's called Paul Stacey, and he's a producer, and he's done Noel Gallagher and quite a lot of big bands. And anyway, so my girlfriend was like, "Oh, see if my dad can send it to him because they're friends." Well, we were all a bit hesitant, to be honest. And he came back and he had some great feedback. He said the songs are really good, and that was the first kind of initial feedback we had. Oh well, maybe they are good then. We think they're good, but maybe they are good songs. And then we there's a guy called Julian Emery who had produced Nothing But Thieves. And I just sent him a little email asking, for what he thought of them, and I never in a million years thought he'd get back to us. And he did. He called me up and he said, "I think the songs are really good. I can't work with you right now because he thought we were signed." Um, he said, "But stay in touch." So those were the first kind of hints that, oh well, we thought the songs were good, but when we had
Hmm.
some nice feedback from these guys, it was like, well, okay, I think we might be onto something now. And we're just going to keep that going. We've got a lot more ideas that can be worked on. We've got a great producer he's a younger guy and he's really dialed into that sound. He was in a big band himself called Fuzzy Sun, a big indie band. They've done really well, toured with some big names, and he was oh man, he's the secret sauce really. He did all the synth parts, he did the production, and his
Hmm.
ideas are just phenomenal. And he really helped bring us on in the studio, and the way he produced Luca's voice, it was just brilliant, and we've had a lot of fun making the record, So
All right.
yeah.
That's very cool. I mean, so how do you push yourself? Do you use the social media, the dreaded social media? Is that another way to push it
Yeah,
all
it's
forward?
we've got a few things going on. So obviously we've got Abby doing our radio, which is
Yeah.
great. So we're a small band, aren't we? The chances of us getting huge radio stations or huge publications, we're doing the groundwork. We're doing the groundwork, and it's we've got the radio stuff going on. We're always uploading things and filming things, and most of all, we just enjoy creating. I think that's what it is. We enjoy creating, and even if it's to our small followers that are growing, which is great to see. We just enjoy creating things, and we just hope people enjoy what we create, really. And we'll just
Mhm.
keep doing it until we can't do it anymore.
Yes. Well, hopefully by the time that you can't do anymore, you'll be old men on a stage like Rolling Stones or something, doing your last tour,
That would be
and you'll
ideal.
have
It
all
means that
that
they've still
experience behind
120.
you.
So the great thing about Luca is that I think you have two types of singers in the world. You have people who just sing from the beginning, and then you've got guitar player singers who are the most level-headed, nicest people to work with ever. And I think we've all been in bands before where singers have been an absolute nightmare. And like we've worked together for a good few years now. And sometimes I wait for him to be really difficult, and he never is. And it's the best working relationship in the world. So until the wheels fall off, or maybe if Luca becomes a big star, he might sack us all off and then do a solo project like some of them do.
That's very likely. I'm just waiting. I'm just building. I'm just building for the moment, literally. I, I'm just building the project to try to cash in on myself. Absolutely.
Fantastic. Sounds great. So after Sunflower Lounge in Birmingham on the 19th of December, what's after that? Will you take a wee break or are you just going straight into plug in for
Well, after
the EP?
yeah, so after them two gigs, there'll be a couple more single releases. Release dates are still to be confirmed and things, so we just gauge because we're so new. We're working with a couple of people to gauge where the audience is at and see when the best time to release is. So we've got the two gigs, EP's coming out next year, early next year. In the meantime, they'll be writing. There will also be hope to get some bigger gigs because if we can do a good job, which I'm sure we will, these are going to sell quite well. These couple of gigs, um, we'll start getting picked up by a few more promoters, getting out there a little bit more. And ideally next year it'd be great to do a little tour, really, with somebody
Yeah.
who's like-minded, and sort of jump on that. So that's our plan, really. That's our plan. And we're just creating and building, and we hope people enjoy it as much as we enjoy doing it.
Hmm. Hmm. So that's something that I hope lasts for a long time. So will you just do it until it stops being fun?
Yeah, I think so. But I think we're all in music anyway. So I think if it wasn't fun, I don't think we'd have a choice. We'd have to do it because it's our jobs. But
Right.
the best thing about this band is that we do enjoy playing with one another. We all get on really well, and it's fun to make music. It's been great. But like anything, you can only concentrate on so many things at a time. So at the minute, we've
Yeah.
got all the ideas, potential ideas for the next lot of songs that we will need to come on to. Um,
Hmm.
but we're kind of in promote mode, build the brand a little bit more, some gigs, and then I guess once we've exhausted all those options, then it'll be right. Okay, let's get back into the shoot. Let's do some writing. And it'd be
Hmm.
quite nice
Hmm.
actually to do some acoustic versions of each track as well,
Oh,
because
that
they
would
do let
sound
them.
nice.
Yeah, so that
I
is a
might stick a
potential
wee
idea.
acoustic slot on my show just
Yeah, well,
specifically
thank you
for
for
that.
that. So yeah, it's all good. There's a lot of exciting things to look forward to.
So what's the timeline for that, or is there no timeline?
Well, the EP will be coming out early next year.
Yeah.
Gigs, gigs. That's hard to predict right now.
Hmm.
Because we're going to see how we get on with ours first, and then jump on some others hopefully. So
Yeah.
we'll definitely have there'll definitely be new music coming out next year on top of the release of our EP. So we're just going to keep it going
Yeah.
because there's so many
The release
ideas.
of To Hell with Love. I love the
Yeah.
title.
Ah,
I think the title's very apt, especially if it came out around February the 14th time. I think that would be just perfect. To Hell with Love. I always do an anti-Valentine show.
that's you might have gave us an idea there. Thank you very much. Yeah. It's a funny title. It's a funny story behind that. Behind the EP title. So we had a mood board and themes for the artwork basically, and Luca had that title. I'm not sure where he got it from, and I'm sure he'll probably tell you in a second. So it was quite cool. And we originally approached the person to do our artwork was the guy who did Wonder Horses and Fontaine's DC's artwork. Um, it was a real again another shot in the dark of asking if somebody could do our artwork. And when he came back, he was very nice. Came back, told me the prices, which absolutely we couldn't afford. Um,
Yeah.
over the themes, and he said that's a really strong title, and it was just as good as that. We went right. Well, that's if that guy thinks it's a good title, then we're going for it. So if we got anything out of it, he named our EP basically. He confirmed it,
Confirmed it, yes. It's a good
but I
name.
don't
It's
know
a
where
good
it comes
name. I
from.
definitely like the around the 14th of February kind of a big stick your fingers up to Valentine's Day.
So I'm sure Luca will tell you where it came from. I have no idea. He just wrote it in the mood board, and I thought that's quite cool.
Yeah, I'm not sure neither. I need to be honest. It just sounds good, isn't it?
It does sound good.
There you go.
It does. It may have to be part of my anti-Valentine's show where we do breakup songs and
Fair enough.
Yeah, we have got a few there. We've got a few
I'm
there.
I'm not a very soppy person, so I always go the opposite. I love Halloween. Halloween's my favorite time of the year, so I'm really excited about having a look in my closet and seeing what costumes I have to pull out.
Yeah, I always miss
Oh,
like
an alarm
Halloween
is going
party.
off on my phone. Excuse me. Is there anything that you would like to push? Please push your socials, push as much as you can. Tell us all your socials, what you're doing, where we can find you.
Cool. Well, everything is quite easy at the Desert Plaza. TheDesertPlaza.com is the website. Everything's on there. But anything else, just the Desert Plaza. And we've got two gigs coming up. We've got November 28th at the Spiritual Bar in London, and we have got December 19th at the Sunflower Lounge in Birmingham. Tickets are on the door for Spiritual, and advanced tickets for Birmingham are selling quite fast. EP comes out early next year. We've got a few more songs to go. And if anybody's listened to us or if anybody follows us, thank you very much. It's all appreciated. And we hope you enjoy what we've created.
Thank you very much, both of you. And
Thank you
have
very
a
much for having us.
wonderful Halloween.
And
Will
you,
do.
thank
And
you very
you.
much for having us.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Cheers. Bye
Bye bye
bye.
bye.
Bye.